We'll just go ski. There you go. You can have that. All right.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, we're counting down right now. Here we go. We gonna count. All right. Here we are. Welcome, 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 welcome. My name is the BEAS. You're welcome to watch us here on the Unleashed podcast. And I'm here, my crew. This is now my crew. Family, crew, all that stuff. This is family right here. Let's introduce everybody here. First, we'll start with my homie, Jules. What's going on, Harvey Harv? How you doing?
I am doing amazing.
All right.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And then we'll go at the top there, Miss Kels.
How's it going?
How are you doing today?
You know what? I'm not too bad. I could be, enjoying a little bit more sunshine, but that's okay. That's okay.
Talk about the weather later. And then our newest addition to the show, Miss Michelle.
Hello. What's up?
She was blowing up my phone saying, "Hey, man, I want to be a part of this show. What do I need to do to be a part of the show?" And the first thing I said was,
What do I legally need to do?
"All right." Anyways, we're here. Do I even have to? You know what? I gotta play the intro. Hold on. All right. We're here. We're ready to go. Welcome everybody. And today on the Unleashed podcast, we are now a fearsome foursome, and I think it's only fair to have two women added to the show. It gives us great balance.
I like
us
it.
Great concept at certain topics, and I don't have to beat up on Jules by myself all the time anymore because I keep on knocking him out. Anyway.
We all know better than that.
I got all these sounds finally working. I'm like, I gotta have fun with this. But anyways, we're here, and we are here talking about Jules brought it up. Jules, why don't you hit us up with what we're talking about today?
So you know how the world just brings you stuff. So Netflix brought me. Actually, no. I was in my car and somebody asked me if I saw Bad Vegan, and I said, nope, never heard of it. They said, oh, it's on Netflix. So then as soon as I turn on Netflix, boom, Bad Vegan. And I guess it's programmed because it's very similar to Inventing Anna and what's the other one?
Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
Which we've done a show on, and it was quite the interesting show as well. So
Absolutely.
if you haven't seen that, we'll watch that show as well.
But I personally would like to thank the young ladies for coming.
Most definitely. It's a pleasure to have these ladies on our show here. So we're going to do a Bad Vegan review. As Jules said, that it's almost like, I think for some reason, the Netflix algorithms works in waves, that it does these type of shows that just almost are all the same, and just send them out in a month, and then you watch them all, and then you have this weird concept about life, and then they take them away, and then you have something about killers or serial killers, and you watch those, and then they take it away, and it just fucks with your head. But anyways, yes, I did watch the Tinder Swindler first, and then I went and watched the Inventing Anna movie documentary type of thing. And I'm like, okay, when I first saw those things, I'm like, man, people are really dumb. People are dumb. Then I went to Bad Vegan. I'm like, no, people are not dumb.
Really dumb.
Like
People are
really dumb.
dumb. Really dumb.
With a big D.
With a big
Wow.
D.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Huge.
wow.
How you like that?
Huge D.
Huge.
How you like that, Michelle?
Enough of that, please. All right, that's an incorrect answer. Wrong show. Anyways, we'll start with Michelle since you're the newest one here. You watched it last. Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God, I want to go
On you
first.
first. Yeah. So you watched the Bad Vegan, and you know what was all about. What's your take on the main character in that show,
Is it Sarma? Is that how you
Sarma.
pronounce her name?
Sarma?
Sarma, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, she is right there with, I think when we like talked for a hot second the other day, I said this is like a glorified version of Tinder Swindler, because the amount of money involved, I mean, well, and then it's so crazy. Like, how do women get like this? And how are they willing to put up with men like the guy?
Like that. Oh God, that was a nightmare to watch
Well,
for sure.
here's the thing, though, and I think you guys have missed parts. She didn't get involved per se with this person on her own. Someone, introduced her to it. Alec Baldwin was the one who introduced,
No.
wasn't it?
They
No.
met off of a word game.
So
That's not how they met.
he
Yeah.
used to
They were
always
playing a game.
No, it wasn't. That wasn't it, was it?
no, he used
And
to
then-
always go back and forth with Alec Baldwin on Twitter. And then I think she asked about him or whatever. And Alec said he never met him, but they just have that, to go back and
Well,
forth.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, sorry. He didn't really introduce him to her, no, but that was the link. A superstar and an actual famous person that we all know that has done many things has been interacting with this guy, almost giving him status to what he is. And all of a sudden, she gets involved with this guy, and well, shit goes left.
Well, his messages on when he was interacting with Alec seemed like him and Alec were like buddies.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
On Twitter there when
assuming
they were exchanging little messages
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
He was like replying to his posts and stuff.
But here's the thing with Twitter. You can be anybody you want on Twitter. You can be the richest man in the world. You can think you're the richest man in the world on Twitter and act like it, and people could believe you. And you can live that lifestyle on Twitter, right? Because you don't have to show everything, right?
Dude, they have a question.
Yeah.
Do we have a Twitter?
Bruh.
Anyways, we do
Give
have
you
a
the
Twitter.
opportunity to promote the Twitter.
Yeah, we do have a Twitter. We do
We
have
have
a
our
Twitter account.
Twitter account up and running.
The Twitter
That was a layup.
that was a layup. I'm a dunker. I'm sorry. I come to the hole and slam. Come
You
on.
fell
now.
before the hoop.
Yeah, you fell. You're the guy that jumped off the
Horrible
little
pass.
trampoline.
You can't
and
you
fell
can't
short.
pass properly. You can't pass properly. Anyways. Yes, we do have a Twitter for the podcast. It's called Unleashed Podcast. All right. The handle on there, which again will be changed because we have a new addition to our show. It was Unleashed Pod JTK. But now I got to find a way to put the M in there to make it 4 letters that represent us as a crew here. So I think the next 30 days, I'm not sure because it's a brand new Twitter account. I don't know what the process is to changing a name so early. So we'll look into that. But yes, we do have a Twitter. You can follow us there. Eventually, we'll be streaming some shows there as well. Currently, we're doing it on Facebook and YouTube and on my Twitch just because I have a lot of people following on there, so they can kind of catch the vibe when they can. So yeah, with the Bad Vegan, again, a superstar brought this person, or I guess superstar status. Yeah, I'll use the word superstar status. Superstar status is what got this person known with her store in terms of all these high celebrities coming through her vegan. It is a vegan store, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, vegan restaurant.
Vegan restaurant. Very popular one too, apparently.
Yes, a vegan restaurant. My apologies. And they had all the A-listers was going in there, almost like it was like a second home, and they were just doing their thing. And she was rubbing elbows with the best of the best, and top of the top at the time. I think this is going back to what 2000 and what is it 15?
Yeah. So here's the thing. It's actually pretty recent.
Well,
it's not as if it's 2000.
No, but again, 2015 is not really recent anymore.
Well, yeah, not anymore. I mean, that's 7 years. That's 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's only 7 years, but look how long it took for them to actually produce it. And
well, they have to get
for them to be for Netflix to be following her around back then.
No, that's the thing. I don't think Netflix was following her around. I think she was just so popular that people were following around. So all the images and all the B-roll footage I see her with rocking around is new footage that they kind of reenacted for her to think that it's current going on right now. Because
like that's not current footage. I mean, that didn't happen back then, because that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, how did they know back then that they were going to do a documentary and that they needed to follow her around?
No. Because again, she did not have a cameraman following her around for no reason. Well, for instance, there's the guy that was homeless that's on the street.
Yeah.
He didn't have a cameraman following him all the time. No.
Yeah, but
she's interacting with the guy. Okay.
No, but here's the thing.
Most of the pictures were her own Instagram, her own little things that she was doing, right? That's all.
Right, but they had like the news clips when the workers were boycotting and all that.
Yeah.
That's all real stuff.
Oh, yes.
And protesting when they're protesting, that video is all accurate. And at that time,
Yes. So yes, all that footage is actual TV footage, and that's actually you can just record off anybody. Even if you pull up YouTube right now, you'll probably see the protests. But most of the other stuff that was involved was just kind of makeshift videography to make it look like it's going on right now, and it wasn't. So, what's again? I'll open the floor. What's your insight of the whole situation in terms of the story? I'll go with Jules. Jules, what did you think about the actual documentary?
I felt like she was getting swindled, but here's the thing: she got catfished in the first place. Like when she met him, she was like, "Oh, he's not the person I thought he was. He doesn't look like his pictures. He's 40 pounds heavier. He's not in shape." And she made it seem like it wasn't her type of guy for her to even to get involved with.
But it was him though. The pictures were him, just heavier.
Catfish.
Like, we have to be honest. They were pictures of him, just
angles, filters.
Well, again, women know the filters.
Snapchat.
Whatever, it is what it is. The fact that I don't know if he doctored his photos or not, but he did send pictures of himself, whether they were legit or not. But again, she saw him for what he was. And then when he came out, met him, he was a bit thicker. Okay. But she said, hey, and again, I commend her for that, because he's like, oh, you know what? He might not look the way he was, but she went along with it. Okay.
Well, I feel like she fell in love with his humor. Like he was funny to her. So it was kind of entertaining, and that was his thing, like for them. It just boggles my mind that she has all these recordings of the conversations, right?
Yeah.
And the recordings, she seems like she knows what's going on, but yet she still does everything that he asks her to do.
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't understand that.
I feel like it was really giving me like Stockholm syndrome vibes.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Where it was like he was clearly like gaslighting her. And I mean, obviously later on in the relationship, there was abuse going on, right? So I think like eventually it's just like she was falling in love with her abuser, and it was like, hey, like we need this money to do this, to make sure that your dog lives forever and that you meet these amazing people. So give me $200,000 and give it to me now. And she was just, it was crazy to see how easily she would just do that on the drop of a dime.
I see that she, that's what I'm saying. She was swindled, but sooner or later she went along with it.
Was she though?
Yeah,
I
But
think
she's
so.
swindled.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yes.
Man,
I think so. To a
think
certain
about it. You okay? We have 4 adults here,
Right.
and someone goes up to you, says to you, "Hey, I can make sure your dog doesn't ever die again. He's gonna live forever." Right there, common sense needs to kick in and say, "Hey, what the hell is this guy talking about?" Do not tell me you will fall for a man or a woman telling you that this thing or this person or this object is going to be with you forever and ever and ever without questioning.
totally.
If you want to believe it,
Ah, that's the key. She
Yeah.
wanted to believe this. You know why? Because she has been stuck by herself as a single working person for the longest time. No relationships other than the people that she worked with, and she went home. That's all she did. Work and home. She had no fantasy. She had no life. She had nothing else but her job. So when
sir, she had a boyfriend
really,
that opened the restaurant with her,
Yeah.
and then they broke up.
okay, yeah, but they broke up. That's what I'm saying. But after
But
that,
then what I think happened was she was $2 million in debt technically with the restaurant now at this point.
Yep.
So now you have this
Yeah,
guy, and he's like,
that's-
he's showing you attention. He's funny. He's telling you that he has money. You just help me out, and then I'll give you much more money. And I'll take care of that $2 million debt. What did she do? She married him the next day so that it wouldn't be a taxable issue, so that he could give her money easily. So I don't know, was she maybe using him like he was
Exactly.
using her at the
He wasn't
beginning?
swindled. She was trying to swindle him. How are you gonna marry a man just to get yourself out of debt?
I don't think
Yo,
she was.
Yeah, but I don't think she would. Yeah, she wasn't swindling him. I think now, like listening to all of you guys, like he preyed on her.
Totally.
She was, she's
think
somebody
so.
who obviously, whether it was she didn't have good self-esteem, she, felt bad about herself being single. I mean, I mean, on my profile, I'm like single income, no kids, seeks dual income with or without kids, because yeah, if you said we could put our money together, heck yeah. But I think that she just wasn't confident enough. I don't know, right? Like, or maybe there is some mental
The
gap.
problem was he never showed any income.
No,
Yeah, he did. He gave her double. She had given him
money.
5,000. She gave him $5,000, and he gave her 10. So now this was like, oh my God, he's good for his word. I think he was grooming her,
Right.
grooming, like give me little bits, and then it started getting more and more and
I
more.
don't remember that part.
But
Yeah.
again, but I hear what you guys are saying. But on the real though, I don't think she was swindled. I think she was the one who started the ball rolling because she was so deep in debt. She needed a plan to keep the business going. Again, she was not thinking about herself and her lavish life. So she wanted to keep her business going. That's all she wanted the money for. So she was a workaholic to the end.
But she
That's
was
all she
giving
wanted
away
money for.
so much money though. Like if
Yeah.
the money was for the business, then I feel like she would have had the smarts to be like, okay, I need this money that I have here for my business. She wouldn't be like, okay, sure, I'll help you out. And like, no
But that's
problem.
the thing. She had the debt was from the investor, correct?
Correct.
Right. She was still making money and making good money, but she wasn't paying the investor.
Mm,
No, she was making enough
He was
money.
paying enough money to be giving this guy 40,000, 50,000,
Right.
100,000,
She was
200,000,
making
whatever
money
you want.
enough.
She's also
making
taking out
enough.
loans on the business.
True.
Exactly. Well, yes. What I'm saying is she could have, if she was a bit smarter with her money, she could have made that money tenfold and gave back the investor whatever, and it would be done with it. But again, she wanted the quick fix, and this guy says he has money. So what does she do? She marries the guy to get this money. Only the problem is that he doesn't have this money. So now she's in deep. Now for her to recover, she has to go along with this fairy tale for X amount of months, even years, until she gets that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Only it's a pot of coal. Nothing there.
So the one thing I don't like about it is it's only from her point of view, so it makes it look like she's the victim. And I don't look at
Yeah.
her as a victim.
But here's the thing. No one, and I'm going to talk about all 3 shows. No one has the balls to talk about their side. Anna Dolvey, she's not going to go talk about her side.
Oh no.
And Tinder Swindler, he's not going to talk about his side.
So
They are the
Anna,
scammers. Look, they even the first thing they did was she asked that guy when she called him, did Netflix come talk to you? And he started blowing up and getting angry about, I don't want to talk about this. I'm over this. He doesn't want to tell his story. He's embarrassed.
But Anna is now talking. One.
Why? Why is she talking? For money.
For money.
Of course, for money. But I think the difference between Anna and the other people is Anna actually thought that she was this person.
No, I don't think she thought. She knew she wasn't. She
Let
made
me tell you, the only time she was checked on that was when she went to the other country, and the other country was like, yo, we don't play this, I'm gonna owe you type stuff. Like, you're not leaving here until you pay this hotel bill. That was the first time she got checked, because everything else was
went to Morocco.
Yes, yeah. So that was the only time she got checked. Everyone else was like, oh, we'll just wait for the wire. 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 But when you go to a different country, nah, we're not waiting for no wire. You need to get a credit card on file right now, or else your ass gonna be in a ditch somewhere.
But here's the thing. See, her story was believable because she painted it very, very nicely. Same with the Tinder swindler. He made it. He put in the effort with the fake pictures and all these profiles. He put in some work. This guy had nothing but voice. Yo,
I think he was putting in some work. He had drivers coming to pick them up. He would bring her to like go and look at her rings, doing all these things. Like,
yeah, I forgot about that.
He was putting in work, and he was putting in physical work. He was there at her house, not just over online. He was doing like I don't know. I think he put in some work with her.
I don't know. The fact that
they went and looked at rings and
you're right. You're right. They did. They did. I forgot about that too. But at the same time, I don't think he planned his operation as good as the other two documentaries that I've watched. Again, he just seems like he slapped it together and he was just going off the cuff. Like I said, the whole "I'm going to let your dog live forever and you're never going to lose it." That just went south for me, because now he's just picking at her freaking weakest tendency, that her being alone.
Scammers do, though.
No, I get it, but he didn't have this elusive plan of bringing her to this amazing country and living off this lovely lifestyle. No, he's just talking about the dog. I'm going to make your dog
and her.
Right, and her.
And
having unlimited amounts of money and living forever and being together and happy.
If someone tells me that you're never going to die, I'm going to shoot him and show you. I'm sorry. You're dead.
You're a liar.
Like
I
I said, when people want to believe something, they believe it. How many times we talked about dating and people being cheated on, and they wanted to believe that this guy is either not cheating or has got caught and won't do it again, or the reality.
Yes, but it's your mindset. You put your mindset at that spot to make you believe this, to make you feel this.
Yes.
Once you're at that low of a low, anything can happen. I'm surprised that she didn't hook up with the homeless guy. He was the nicest guy out of the whole bunch. He's sitting there talking to her. Talking. The dog liked him and everything.
Yeah, he smelled like cigarettes and regret. So
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. He wasn't talking to her because she had money. No.
She they just bonded, and it wasn't like in a relationship type of thing.
But that's the problem.
Because hey, I trust you.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. This is why I have a problem with her and her situation. Because she's so involved with work, she didn't realize how good of a person she was outside of work. She made great relationships on the run with people she really had no dealings of talking to, like that last guy who she faked her name with. She had a bond with that guy in a week, and she didn't have to try. She had good conversation skills. She can talk. She's articulate. She's a pretty woman. Like,
she was
why?
On the run. You have to.
But she was still talking to people and making friends without even trying. And these are guys too. Not to say she was trying to be with them, but she can just talk. And because she was so headstrong, tunnel vision with her business and her job, she forgot how to be a human outside of that. She didn't want to be with anybody else. You didn't want to do with anybody else. She's just
Are
all
you
about
saying
business.
she's the victim or no?
No, she's stubborn. She could have just left. She could have just left things alone and just lived. That's where you have to separate yourself from your work or your.
Yeah,
or your
but when you're
business.
manipulated, she was manipulated by a really good scammer.
I get it,
And
but again,
you said it best when you said that something about her mind. Like our mind is way more powerful than we realize. I mean, I just got done reading David Goggins' book. I mean, that guy ran on broken legs.
Mhm, mhm.
Broken legs. He's like, your mind's really powerful. So she probably just didn't have that capability to, figure out, okay, this person's, using me. But now I'm like, well, maybe she did use him because of the whole money thing to keep her business alive, because that's all she had. That was her identity.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, first
No,
off,
she was all in with the business.
first of all, someone that runs on broken legs, if I stub my toe, it's over for the day. Like,
Okay.
like,
Game over. That's it.
You're
my
just
mind is something different. Like that's a totally different situation. But toward the end of the day, it was her scamming her friend, her investor, and then scamming her employees.
she didn't
Yeah.
scam them. She just didn't pay them.
Yeah, she
I
didn't
didn't-
scam him.
She just didn't
Yeah.
pay them.
She was saying, "Oh, well, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this."
Yeah,
And
but
they
anyway,
continue to work as if they were going to get paid.
hey, that's workforce. I mean, look, I work in a place that we work beyond our contract, and we're still working, asking for this, asking for that. Yeah, you're gonna get this. You're gonna get this. Yeah, that's just business. She never scammed them. They were just
No,
they were silly. They were silly to come back.
They went along with it.
Reopen.
Exactly. Because at any point
they had
they
faith in
could
her.
have left.
That's
But
the
I
thing.
feel like they had built a really strong relationship over the years.
Right.
Like they say, like it was like a family. Like you come there
Yes.
and it's like you're joining a family. So I think that they had a lot of trust in her because she was a good person. She was friendly, bubbly, just like how you're saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like I feel like when she's starting to talk about how, oh, he made me take the money out of here, and I knew that I wouldn't be able to pay my employees, and I knew I wouldn't be able to do this, even though they have kids, they have bills to pay and stuff like that. She didn't care. She was she was so into him and the love and like, oh my God, I need to do this. I need to please him, that it was
Was
like, I
it
don't
love,
care about
though?
anything else.
Was it love?
I think
I don't
I
think-
like
I don't think it was love.
she had to have been in some type of love with this man.
Yes.
There had to have been some type of love, because if there wasn't, then would she have been sending him all this money and not seeing any money and putting her trust in him
I
with
mean,
her
that's like-
business? This is her baby, but she's trusting him with her business. It has to be love.
Think
Dumb
about the women that send the money to the men in prison.
Well,
love.
We're getting nothing out of that.
no.
Like,
Okay.
okay, I don't want to say nothing. Let me take that back.
Hmm.
I don't want to vent. It's
Nothing.
not getting nothing, but like that's like just sending money to somebody that you've never met,
Mhm.
but they're sending you these great love letters in the mail.
Well, they are applying to hope. There's a hope that at the end of the rainbow, that there's a relationship.
But
Some
that's
of
what I
them
just
probably.
told you. That's what she was doing. She was waiting for
But-
the end of the rainbow without
But
Wait,
pot of
the end of
gold.
the rainbow.
But the difference is, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, you have to trust everyone that you work with.
I get you.
You have to trust your employees. It's
Yeah.
not like working in a prison. It's not like anything else.
I get you.
You
I
guys
get you.
are
It's very close knit.
like in the trenches. You're basically in the trenches together.
Together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Working in a restaurant is totally different.
Okay.
Agreed.
So
But here's
that's
the
why
thing.
they trusted her. They called her, what did they call her? Sarma Mama or something? Something
Well,
crazy like
Sarma
that.
Mama.
Okay.
Sarma Mama,
Even,
was
even
that?
so, okay. So the first time the place closed, right?
Mhm.
They all left. They boycotted and left.
Yeah.
They all came back when they were trying to reopen this freaking store or this restaurant. That's on them then. Fool
No,
me
it's
once,
still
shame
faith.
on you. Fool me.
It's still going off of faith.
What's that?
It's still going off of faith.
What?
The faith that everything will.
Because when they
Right.
closed down, she didn't say, "Oh, well, we closed down because I decided to use the money on other stuff." She made an excuse
No.
as to why she was not able to pay the bills. I'm so sorry that it's closing down. I'm going to fix this problem. You guys will come work. It's going to be great again.
Mhm.
And that's what she did. She fixed the problem, opened it back up. They came back under the promises of her giving them this fake dream, which is what he was kind of doing to her.
Correct.
Was she at zero when she came back? Like, was she back at zero keen to start back his business? No, she was still in debt.
No, I don't think so.
She was still trying to get this money. So I don't know how. Honestly, I don't know how she got the place open again with whatever type of money she had. But I mean, it wasn't enough to keep it going because eventually it closed down and it closed down for good. So
Well,
you live in
my
that pipe dream.
biggest thing was, then she tried to scam her investor
Mm-hmm.
by saying, have this meeting with this guy.
Oh
Saying
yeah,
this
that's right.
and
Yeah,
the whole time knowing that it was
a scam for
the whole
him.
time it was her husband.
Her man, yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
And acting as if it's a totally different person that
Mhm.
she doesn't know, but she trusts this person.
Mm-hmm.
So she tried to set up someone that actually believed in her to invest in her from the beginning.
Mm. That's
So
again. I hear you. She was so far gone into the story that she had to be the story. She was a part of the story now. She wasn't a victim of the story, and she was now, co-starring in the story. This is
Yes.
what she was doing now.
Yeah, she's now a part of it.
Right. So that's how deep she was. And that's why it got to where it went to. Because I'm like, you could have got out a long time ago. And we say if you cut your losses and you start over. Okay. What's bankruptcy? It is bankruptcy. Go on.
but wait,
There's more.
then he started scamming the family.
The mom. The
Oh.
mom. Why would you? What?
This is why I don't like that guy. Because he went
Table flip.
Yeah. That's the moms.
My daughter's boyfriend is
money?
messaging me for money, and then
Yeah.
you just send it without speaking to your daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
You
says,
deserve
don't
to have your
tell her.
money taken. Sorry,
It
if you're
Says,
that
don't tell
stupid,
her.
Yeah.
you deserve it.
Yeah. Again, I think again, I'm going to keep on saying this because the mother saw that she had a relationship. She finally had a relationship that was working. Is why she went along with this whole plan. Because again, she was obsessed with her business. She had no social life. She was all about work, all about the restaurant, nothing else, and her dog. You can go check her Instagram. It's all about the dog, all about Bad Vegan. Nothing
Yeah,
else.
he was really good at manipulating, though. He was really good at being like, "Oh, your daughter, she's really stressed out. You really need to help her, but I don't want to bring it up because it's gonna irritate her, and we don't want to do that. So just send me the money."
Send me that.
Dumb.
See, I on a tier of the three documentaries, he's a bit better than the Tinder swindler.
Yeah.
I'd say that
Definitely was better than the.
Yeah, because he dove into the family.
Right.
Which made it even worse.
He's not better than Anna. Anna fooled the whole state of New York. But anyways, that's a different story. But he knew where to hit the hardest to get what he wanted.
Yeah, over $2 million worth. That's how good he is.
That he didn't talk to the father though. That's my question. Why did he talk to the mom and not to the dad? Because he knows.
Because that's how
Yeah,
you do it.
because anybody knows. Yeah, talk to the mom first.
Well, didn't the dad have to cuss him or something?
What's that?
I'm sorry.
Didn't the dad cuss him or say something eventually to be like I can't call my daughter? What? Like, no.
Oh,
or I'm going to be. He threatened to call the police. That's right. Yes. And then that's when he got Sarma to call her dad and be like, everything's okay. Like,
right.
Again,
that's right. He threatened to call the cops on him. Smart dad. He should have done it.
He was. I don't think he had a plan with this whole situation. He was just flying on the seat of his pants. He just knew how to
going with the flow.
React on the fly. When he knew his back was against the wall, let's go talk to your mom. And the mom got involved. And all of a sudden, that went south. And it's like, okay, let's go talk to the investor again. Boom. I think they went to Miami to have this meeting. And the funny thing, this is when I knew shit went bad, is when they get down to Miami, they land, let's go set up this meeting. I'm not going. And he jumps on and leaves. He leaves Miami for her to meet for this guy, I believe, the investor. And I don't get it. Like,
he keeps saying this is another test for you. You're gonna have to go through one more thing.
Yeah, exactly.
That was really weird. Well, like, okay, so why was he doing that? Because to me, that was like the bizarre piece of this.
All right, so she was thinking that she had to pass all these tests for her to get riches, and then for her to be able to be
immortal. Yeah, Valhalla. Mm-hmm. That's
Emotional damage.
That's what.
What's really sad is how many other people are out there that are procreating that are like that would fall for this. Because we're all like, this makes no sense whatsoever.
Here's the
bunch.
thing. There's a lot of people doing
There's
this.
a lot.
There's
There's a lot of people that are
doing
being
this.
scammed out there. Do you know how many times a day I get a message saying, do you want to have a sugar daddy? I will pay you $300 a day. I just had an offer for $10,000 a week. Okay. And I'm just looking at these profiles and they look like models. And I'm
forward
like,
me
God,
that
it's too good to be true. But if I was a dumb, I don't know, like if I'm stupid, lonely and stupid, maybe I'd be like, yeah, I would love to do that. And then I'd get scammed. People are getting scammed everywhere. It's actually insane.
But wait, they're saying they're going to pay you 10,000?
Yep. This
But
is a scam that's going on. So not just me, like people
I never
everywhere.
get that scam.
I would broker it. I would broker it and take half. I'm like,
I would have said, hey, that,
Yeah, but what they end up
I'll
doing
hold
is
on
like,
to 5.
I've never seen this text message, and I'm like so
There-
fascinated by it now.
The scammer text messages I get are, "Hi, I haven't seen you in a while," and then they want you to respond to that text message, and it's going to be like a random thing, and then they start hitting you up with,
I got two.
click this link, and I'll send you pictures. Blah 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 blah.
No, I got two of them in 2 days. They said, "Oh, hey Maria, I'm at the airport in Toronto. You know, I wish you can come up and see me." I'm like, "Who the fuck is Maria?
Yeah.
This is not Maria. You got the wrong number." "Oh, I must have saved the wrong number. I
Mhm.
apologize." And they just wanted to start to have a conversation and say, "Yo, delete my number, click and block." That was the first one. The other one was, "Hey, I'm in town now. Come meet me here." I'm like, "Who is this? And why are you messaging me? Isn't this Brad?" "No, this ain't Brad."
I always just cuss those. I always cuss those text messages out.
I don't.
I report the
get them in.
number.
I don't
I
give them.
report.
I don't
There's
give
a
them that
website
energy.
to report the number.
It's the East Indian calls. I give them the flack. That's when those numbers, they call you up and they say, "Hold on," and then they ask you, "What can I help you for?" I'm like, "You call me. What do you want from me?" "Oh, this is CRA, blah blah blah, government taxes, blah, blah." "Really? Well, I work for the government. How can I help you?" Click the.
Wow, they do it there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Here.
Here
it's
it's-
worldwide. It's
I
worldwide.
got the threat of police coming to my door. You owe this much money, and the cops are going to come to your door. I'm like,
insurance number.
should I put on coffee or do they drink alcohol? You know, like what did it
Exactly.
like? And then it's always like, meh, quiet, click.
Yeah, have a welcome mat.
Yeah.
Oh,
With
Hey,
a key
yo,
under it.
what if
They
they
don't
come
even
in?
knock
You know,
the door down.
So
I tell them
people
that
are
I know
getting
that they're a
scammed
scam.
everywhere.
I go, I know
Yeah.
you're scamming, and how I know, and then I tell them what I do, and I'm like, I know you're a scam.
Yeah, I literally told the guy that today. I'm like, oh, I knew it was too good to be true. And then he keeps going, and I'm like, oh, I'm okay, but I know the scam. And I'm like, well, first of all, you need to have more pictures on your profile because you only have 2, and they were just added yesterday. So you kind of have to work on that. You also have 4 profiles with the same name and the same display picture, so you got to work on that
How to
too.
do it.
And I'm like, but I respect the hustle. Good luck. And then it's just, I was left on scene.
Exactly. Once you call him out, not
Wait, what dating app? What is that? Is that
Instagram. It's just Instagram.
just
It's like,
Instagram. Oh,
have you ever been
It's
spoiled by a
everywhere.
sugar daddy before? I'm willing to pay you $5,000 weekly just to talk. I'm like, yeah, you're full of shit.
there's a whole bunch of different ones. Like I think there's a Bitcoin scam.
I didn't sign my name to that, Kelly.
It's you. It is you.
Wow. You get the buzzer. You better quiet there. Leave her alone.
There is a
Oh my God.
Bitcoin one too. There's a
Here's
yeah,
one.
because I get like these random like requests, and then they're like they start chatting. Oh, I like your pictures. Da, da, da. Do you want to get into Bitcoin? And I'm like, wait, how did we go from you like my pictures to Bitcoin? This isn't real.
Set up.
Yeah, again, scammers only can get you if you're at a mental state that you're vulnerable for getting it snatched up. That's it. And that's what happened to her. And that's what happened to the other ladies that were in the Tinder swindler. I don't know. Anna, like I said, Anna Delvey was the top of the top, best scammer I've ever seen in my life because she scammed women, she scammed men, She scammed banks. She scammed everybody.
She scammed everybody.
And
She scammed the city of New York.
yes. So the fact that they had to put this movie together, that whole documentary, is an embarrassment to them because I'm like, man, look what this one girl did to you guys. To the point where she even put on a show during the court proceedings, saying, "I'm not going to go out there until I wear this dress." It was a
Exactly.
fashion show.
It's because she believed it. She believed she was that person.
That was a woman who just wanted attention.
Yes.
Like not even male attention, not even female attention, just attention. She just wanted to live that lifestyle, and
But
she was going to do anything to get it done.
But to answer your question about the guy he was in what, Tennessee or something? When she was like talking to that guy.
Which one?
Yeah.
Oh yes. The last guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarma.
Yeah. Shawarma.
Yeah. I mean, he's in Boonfuck, Tennessee. He doesn't know who she is. He doesn't know she's on the run.
You're right.
She's someone who now wants to talk to anyone.
That's the thing.
And he only came up to her because of the dog.
Right. What I'm saying is that she was okay into talking and making conversation with people. So if she was just confident like that in her dating life, she would not be in this spot right now. Like if she actually separated work from romance and whatever, like she actually had a social life, she would have been fine. But she didn't. All she had was work.
But here's the thing. She had multiple opportunities to leave when they were on the run and did not.
Well, again,
She's
okay.
making it seem like she didn't know that she was on the run, though. She's like, we went here and I didn't know why we were there for a month. Yeah. But when I would ask him, he would just say, "Oh, we're just here for a little while," and I didn't ask any more questions.
But think about it. They're in where? Europe? They're in Europe. She's never been there.
Sarma? That was in Vegas.
No, but she went to Rome, I believe. Remember?
Oh yeah, they went everywhere. They were.
Right. So what I'm saying is, she was so in deep. She didn't know what to do because, again, who knows who this guy was? This guy was saying he was a former CIA whatever guy, Black Ops guy.
Yeah, Black Ops.
She doesn't know anything about this guy. She could have been dead in a dish in no time. That's why she went around with run along.
Yeah, that's true.
Going along with it. That's where I said. That's where I thought when the whole Stockholm syndrome came in, her fear kicked in most times because she didn't know how to get out. She might have wanted to get out. She didn't know how to get out.
Yeah, she probably. Yeah.
She didn't know if she was gonna end up dead.
When they stopped at the gas station and he got out of the car, walked into the gas station, and she said, "I should have left then. I should have just started the car and left then." And she didn't.
Right. But she's had multiple opportunities to leave. Hell, she had multiple opportunities to stop talking to him altogether. But she was so invested in this thing because of business. That's why she got so far in. She just couldn't get out.
The problem was, like, listening to. First of all, she started recording their conversations way before they got caught.
Yeah.
So
suspicions.
She caught him in every single lie and then kept going along with it.
That sounds like, I mean, if you're watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, I mean, that's why did she record stuff?
Oh, I haven't watched that yet, but
you need to look into that. That's a really, really good one. I've been watching that religiously.
Yeah, Jules, you got to watch that.
I was gonna bring that up on another show, but we can bring it up right now because
I mean that's probably a long one.
Yeah, that's a long. That's a whole.
That's a show on its own.
But that's one and the same because I think people were saying that celebrities are not getting not getting looked at the same way as regular domestic situations and so forth because they're saying that both Will and Johnny Depp have been emotionally abused for so long that they just reacted in a certain way and they just went south for them. And because they're A-lister guys, that's why everybody's talking about it. But this is a normal thing that happens every day.
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely. Like, I mean, I want to go back to something that you said, Tunde, about you're saying vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Jules is like, oh, I didn't watch 90 Day Fiance. There was a guy that was the opposite, was paying the woman hundreds of thousands of dollars and he had never met her. Or if he did, he met her like one time and then she was like, oh, you know, he's like, well, I'm going to go to Europe and come see you. And she's like, oh, you know, I'm sorry I can't meet you today, but thanks for the, you know, $10,000. So when you talk about being vulnerable, is it that people like just don't, like their self-esteem is just at the bottom of the barrel, and any sliver of attention they're going to go along with it? Because I mean, the black ops thing though, I don't know, I guess maybe I would probably be a little freaked out and go along with it, because what if he's going to kill me or something? I don't know.
He had a meat suit.
His bruh. Well, okay, I hear what you're saying, and it goes
Come on.
it goes both ways in terms of the emotional their mindset. This guy, whoever you're talking about, has been so desperate for attention, he's paying for attention, and it's almost like he's soliciting. You know, he's trying to just buy someone's affection, which is what he's doing. On the flip side, all the other victims we've had have deprived themselves from society, or just not getting the type of attention they want, that they just accept anything that comes in and then they go run with it. That's what happened with the Tinder swindler. This girl was trying so hard, and all of a sudden she met a guy who thought fit the bill and ran with it. Same with freaking Shawarma here. She, same thing. Wasn't meeting and talking to anybody. All of a sudden this guy gives her the attention, just a little bit of attention, and then it turned into a lot of attention. So she's like, oh shoot.
So the question is, do single women want attention that bad that they just
Nope.
are blind to everything that goes on?
You have two.
I'm sure some. I'm sure some, obviously.
Two single women.
Yeah, I
here.
mean, you overlook things. You definitely overlook things, like, because you get blindsided.
Mm-hmm. But then once you've been in the game for a little bit, you can see red flags like this. It's like a circus. You're like, not that one.
Sometimes
Not that one.
they even jump the gun and think it's a red flag when it isn't a red flag, and then that person's already written off.
Ooh,
That's a
Tony got a story.
Oh, shot fired!
$200 a day and be your sugar daddy. Red flag. Not talking
That's
to
a
you.
red flag. Yes, 100%. That's a red flag. I'm not gonna say, but there's for some reason, again, I think both men and women are really, really, really paranoid to getting screwed over, and they don't want to step in that pool of crap, and then get caught up and then get taken off for a freaking ride, and all of a sudden it's like you wasted 6 months for this person, you wasted 10 months for this person, and people don't want that, and people don't want to start over anymore.
No, they don't. You are so right. People don't want to start over.
So you want to get in and be in and ride the happily ever after, when that may not be the case, and then you're also bitter when it ends 4 months later, and like, why?
So can we not talk about what we talk about all the time? It's your mental health, and before you do anything, you have to be healed before you move into something else.
How long does it take one to heal, though? That's
everyone's different.
You're right.
Yeah, everyone is different.
Everyone's healing from different things. Everyone has different methods.
100%. I do agree with that. Now, if we're talking about someone's mental health, and we're talking about this situation or this topic that we're talking about, in terms of Bad Vegan, was she in a state of bad mental health?
I don't know her to say yes or no.
Oh, just based on what you see.
I would assume so. She's coming off of one relationship. She's looking at a funny person that goes back and forth with quote unquote celebrity, and she thinks it's cute, reaches out, or he reaches out. I'm not sure how that worked. And then like here we are. She never healed from her first relationship.
Wasn't she like in a depression, which is why she got the dog? Like, she got the dog. She was depressed. It was just her and her dog. She was in her apartment doing her work. And then all of a sudden this guy is like whispering sweet nothings into her ear. It's like she definitely fell for it.
And what he did was he attacked the dog.
One thing she had all the love for.
Correct.
Yep.
He was
got in close with the dog.
if this happens, this dog will be eternal.
Mhm.
And that was the only thing she had to hold on to. So it was, boom, I'm just going to run with it.
Yep.
As stupid as it sounds, because even when she talked on the phone, she was like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, you still did it.
Yeah.
She was well in.
Where I feel like she's not innocent, because when they were on the run, she knew that she was using a different name. She knew, so like if you knew that you're having to use a different name and you couldn't talk to the cops and all that kind of stuff, you're doing something wrong.
Mhm.
When he's telling you to cover a tattoo and you're covering your tattoo,
Mhm.
you're doing something wrong.
Again,
Yeah.
when does it click?
Absolutely.
He's not innocent.
Right. When
I'm
does it
surprised he's
click?
only
When
serving
does
4
it
months.
when does it come to mind that I mean, I don't know. I think I go back to, like you guys said, like the black ops thing, she's scared. I don't know. What is it that she just wasn't getting it?
What,
Yeah.
all right,
She's
so
all,
what about
she's all
him?
fascinated about the whole situation. She wanted to see the end of the freaking tunnel. She wanted to see the pot of gold. That's what everybody does. No matter what, you're that deep, you already know you're far gone. So it's like, hey, you know what? Let's ride it out. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Maybe
Knowing
Yeah,
that
but
he-
then,
do it.
but here's the thing: she kept it going, hurting people that cared about her.
That's the
Yeah.
bad thing about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the bad thing.
hmm That is the only thing that's bad about the whole situation. She kept on hurting people.
Right.
Her mother too. That's when I got upset. Is when the mother got involved and she did not step in and say, "Hey, yo, who do you think you are trying to get into my family's money?"
Well, hold on. And then he went to the restaurant and said, "I'm going to be the one making the calls here."
Yep, he held a meeting.
Eating, yeah. Again,
Made it seem like he was going to be taking
everything.
control.
That's what she had.
Right.
It's the dog and the business. She had
But
nothing else.
but her employee said, "Hey, yo, listen, let me tell you, he had a meeting with all of us and said he's running the show."
Mhm.
She could have just said, "Well, he's not running the show."
Hmm. She started like firing people who would speak against him.
Yeah.
Who would speak against him, and then she was like, "No, we can't have that." Or he would say,
Exactly.
"No, we can't have that," and she'd be like, "Oh, you're right. I got to get rid of
Stockholm was
them."
deep. Stockholm was deep right there. Stockholm was deep.
So
When you
deep. It was
when
so
Yeah.
deep.
start lashing out at the people who
That's scary.
helped you get there for no
Right.
reason, and you don't even know who this guy is.
Yeah.
That person has got the claws in you, ripping out every part of your soul, because those people, like I said, like you were saying, that they had lives. They had to feed their kids. You know, some of them, I think there was a full couple that was working there. Both a man and woman were married,
Family. Yeah.
and they had a family there, and she was not paying them anything. This is living in New York.
Right.
And she was aware of that. You know what I mean? And
Yo.
still took that money and gave it to Joe Blow over here. What's his name? Shane Fox.
What's his
Shane
name?
Fox, aka Anthony.
Shane Fox,
Shane
but
Fox.
that wasn't really his name, right? Didn't he change
Anthony.
it?
Yeah.
It was Anthony.
Anthony.
So
Yeah.
the funny part is, his ex-wife
Ooh,
reached out to her,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to touch that one, but yeah.
reached out to
We
her,
gotta
and
keep
like,
that
"Yo,
going.
it's the same thing as he did to me."
Yep.
This is how I know he's.
What's in
he knows.
Sarasota, Florida, which is about a half hour away from me.
But here's the thing, like that once they brought that story out, right there, I knew this guy. If he goes out and does it again, I wouldn't be surprised, because he conned her, and he has a kid with her. Right?
He
And
has like
didn't want
major
that.
mental health problems.
Yeah.
He needs
Here's-
help.
Right. So here's the largest problem. It's not illegal.
Hmm. It's not.
Right. Like you're saying it's not illegal to do what this
To run
guy's doing.
scams on people.
Nope.
It's really not illegal,
It's not.
because at the end of the day, they are doing what they want to do.
Yeah, they're not forcing them
Right.
physically, like to give me your
Right.
money, we're going to the
Right.
bank, like you're held up.
That's the problem. It's not illegal.
Right.
So he possibly can, just like the tender smuggler, can go from person to person to person to person, and it's not illegal because you go in front of the judge and it's like, well, no, she gave me $2 million.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you scammed it out of her. No, she gave.
I mean, I asked for
Well,
it and she gave
yeah,
it to me.
you're saying,
Right.
you're
Because
saying
what law is out
Yeah,
there that helps her? There's no
Here's the
law,
thing.
right?
None.
Yeah.
if they go to court and they say you scammed it out of her, I said, I would, if I was the guy and was, how did I scam her? Well, you asked her for $3 million. That's right. I asked her for $3 million. Did I hold a gun to her head? No. Did I threaten her? No. I asked, and I continuously asked. So where did I scam her? That's where the case is closed. You're done. You can't win.
Morally and legally are two totally different things.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct,
Right.
correct. The law
So
will protect them easily.
I'm sorry. It was the same thing with Anna and the one girl that put everything on her corporate credit card and then her regular credit card.
I'm
She
sorry.
tried to sue her. The
That
judge
was
was
on
like,
her.
I don't mean
That
to
was on her.
laugh.
You did it.
That was
It's
the
not
Vanity- that was the
funny.
Vanity Fair one, right?
you can laugh.
I'm like, there would be no part of me that is putting anybody's money on my corporate credit card.
So
Like,
okay, I will
Not
say this,
even $5. Nope, not doing it.
but here's the thing. She was scared for her life.
That's because of where
She
she
wanted
was.
to get out of that country.
Yeah, she was in Morocco.
Like,
Again, you don't really do these scams per se in North America for some reason. You try
yeah,
that stuff out east or out west, anywhere else,
yeah,
they're cutting off your fingers.
yeah. You're dead.
Get you real quick.
Your head.
Yeah,
It's,
100%. And you'll never know. Like,
and believe me, Michelle, I know as tough as you are, you putting that shit on that corporate card. Use this Amex.
No,
please.
I would be like, I want to talk to the American. Isn't there like a consulate or something or
Yeah,
some
but-
embassy? And I'm
okay.
like, I got to call somebody.
Yes.
I don't
yes.
know.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Legally, you guys chose to go there. You guys chose that hotel, and you chose to run up a bill. Now you have to pay for it. Yeah, the American consulate's not going to say, yeah, we'll stick up for them. No. The American consulate is going to say, well, you created this bill, now you have to pay it. However you pay it, that's up to you.
Yeah. Take them
And
to
if you
court
have
if you
to
don't
stay
like
there,
it. That's what they'll tell you.
I mean, I would have been like, well, then I'm going to ask people to do a GoFundMe. I just,
That was before GoFundMe.
oh,
And still,
okay.
some of your friends are gonna say, Michelle, were you dumb enough to go to Morocco with this girl and do all that?
that's how you'll lose friends and family members,
Yeah.
business associates, because they'll realize that your decision was so poor. Why would we help you out if you made such a poor decision here? We're not going to help you out. I'm sorry.
I'm not doing that.
What? So,
Don't say never.
Oh god.
There are other ways.
Oh shit!
Sometimes-
Michelle said, hey, let me stretch this leg out.
I'll
can I pay
give up
this
my
bill?
gold ring. I'll give up my gold ring.
it is horrible. Horrible. In the end,
How can I pay this bill off?
in the end, though, there's a lot of levels of scammers out there. And again, we're now seeing the North American side of things. I mean, people, like I said, China, Russia, East India, Africa. There's a whole bunch of different levels of scammers out there that we know nothing about, right? But at the
So
same time, we will
Sorry.
never know about.
I read an article that the average, there was a dollar figure of how much women were scammed just last year. And I forget what it was. I had Googled it. That it was a big number. It was a stupid number.
But here's the thing, though. That number is huge. The age range is even greater, from 18
Of
to
course.
85, right? So they don't care what age you are. If they can get your pension or they can get your whatever, they'll take it. Again, these guys do this for a living.
For a living, yeah. They're
Right.
sitting in a room. They're sitting in a room together trying to do that.
In a
I
warehouse.
guarantee
Yeah.
the least scammed females are 30 to 45.
Yeah, they're mostly the headstrong women when it comes to scammers. After that,
Older women want it to happen. Younger women don't know it's happening.
Fair.
What about you're not even going to
Right,
include
no,
the
so you
below
got-
30-year-olds?
shot,
No.
shots.
You think
30,
they're
30
not getting
because you're
scammed?
graduating college at what, 22?
We ain't getting scammed, girl. No, we ain't getting scammed. Not me, at least. Nope.
Not you. Not
Mm-mm.
you. But there are
Average.
some young individuals out there. So I used to do this one job where I had to go to a college camp, like it was a apartment complex, but it was right off campus. And they would tell me the most ridiculous stories. Like the kids would be like, why'd I get a parking ticket? well, you parked in front of a sign that said no parking. Yeah, but I didn't really think that applied to me. Or they would take their library card and go in to try to get it to work for the laundry.
Again,
And
Yeah.
I was like, this is our future. Like, I'm scared.
Well, see, here's that part. I believe that when you in between 30 and 45 is when you understand whether you're entitled or not.
that's
Younger
that, that's
younger people.
changing though.
I'm sorry.
That's changing for some reason. That might even drop even lower because of how society is treating things now. A lot of younger kids are feeling entitled to a lot of things going on right now, and they're demanding certain things from either parents or even from their job and so forth. Like, it's just, again, this is just society. It's not really us as a human, as a, like I don't know what you want to call it, but just it just seems like the more far gone we're going through the years, the more that number will drop, and then you'll see 13-year-olds demand, like my daughter today, demanding me to go get a flashlight so she can go camping outside. I'm like, girl, do you see it snowing outside? I want it now. Excuse me? Go to your room. Like, that's entitled right there. She thinks that she should and have this right away. And again, that's just an off topic or off situation. But I'm saying that drops down even further and further with high schoolers and how they're entitled. Like, some of them don't even go to class anymore. They don't think they need to go to class because they can do all their work online and all this stuff. There's so much things that we've done to these kids now that it's almost too far gone to even stop them. It's like, never mind. Lost that one.
Yeah, but I think that type of entitlement and the entitlement of someone that's 18 really doesn't know what love is. So when someone's saying that, oh man, we're in love, we need to start having kids and blah, 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 they go along with it. I would say up to 30 to 45. Like in between 30 and 45 is when those women are so strong. They've probably already been through enough bullshit that they know what's fake and what's not. Sarma was just one of those people that wasn't.
I can agree, but I can also disagree because I think that number, when you say that, 18-year-olds don't know what love is, I get it. Some 30-year-olds don't even know what love is anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
But what I'm saying is, I think
I'm giving you my numbers. I
get you. No, I get you. But I just think that I think you're right. But I think there's so much bullshit going on that everybody is now confused of what's really real and what's a scam or what's kind of fake. What's someone trying to get in your pants opposed to what's someone actually caring for you, right? There's a lot of mixed things going on. And again, it's society. We have made it so readily available to get things out there. Phones, internet, dating sites, Facebook, Instagram. There's so much things that they're almost like weaponized for us to scam or for us to show fake love that it just making no sense. There's a so-called thing called IG models. What is an IG model?
No, nothing.
They don't go, right.
Trash.
But we've given them the title, and people are now owning it and making money from it. And all they're doing is nothing.
They're doing nothing.
We didn't give them the title. They give themselves a title.
No. That's not true. That's not true.
I don't give anybody
society. No, not we as a society has given these titles out, right? That's the thing. So we have branded them certain thing. You would never see them on a runway, right? You'd never see them on a runway.
No, absolutely not.
Right. So, but again, there's and I think there was this case where there was a girl who lost her Instagram account, claiming she was an IG model, and she was crying on the internet, saying that she's lost her way of life and blah blah blah. That's an entitled girl.
Yeah.
That thought, hey, and people were making fun of her. Said, hey, why don't now go get yourself a real job? Go put some freaking shoes on and go work. And I get that.
Well, I would say where that's different is she put all her eggs in one basket.
And you're fine. If you did that in a real job, if I did it in a career, that's fine. That's fine.
She thought it was a career.
Nowadays, that is a career. Nowadays, being a model on Instagram, if it's if
Yeah.
you're getting paid, that's your career. So you're getting
Yeah.
paid.
OnlyFans is a career.
Okay, but that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. We're now making it so broad that people don't. That's where the entitlement comes from. I don't need to go freaking get a job. This is what I do for a living. Really? What do you do for a living? You wear bathing suits online. That's what you do for a living?
No, so it's
Don't tell me no.
Bruh.
no, no. I'm saying
It's a lot
no.
more than that. It's a
I'm
lot more than just
saying
wearing a bathing
no.
suit and being
You're
like,
right.
here's a
You're
picture.
right. What-
Like, a
it's
lot of work
because-
goes into it, actually.
It's
You're right.
because
There is a lot.
Not that
And
I
I
am
just-
one, or I
Right.
don't.
right.
I credit a lot of people who put in the grind to establish a brand for themselves on social media. What I don't like is people using a shortcut and just doing a few things and thinking they should get this type of money because they look a certain way. That's what I'm upset about. There's a lot of people who've made their names on Instagram, right? There's comedians, there's musical artists, there's models who actually model, right, and have portfolios and do professionally stuff. These people just hold a selfie stick and whatever and claim that they're this, and poof, people are sending them money. The only people who are sending the money are horny old men that freaking can't get it wherever they are, or
Usually,
desperate
Instagram
women
models are
with
probably getting paid from Instagram and like
advertising.
TikTok. Like, you
But
get
again,
paid to post certain things, right? Like, if you have a certain
Correct.
amount of followers, which you have to work to build.
but how do you work that? What
Marketing. You're
I-
marketing.
She
You're
means
connecting
time,
with your
though.
fans.
You-
You're posting
yeah,
pictures.
like, it's your
You are
time.
getting brands to support you. You're getting pictures, and you're buying a photography set and setting it up and getting your makeup done and taking pictures and making sure that you're connecting to your audience. So technically, I mean, if that's your business to entertain or to be a beauty, whatever industry person, whatever, I mean, that's your business technically.
Yeah, but it's so just
Like,
'cause you
Instagram models don't get
agree
paid from like horny old men. Like, they get paid from an actual
Some
company.
do. Some are feet
some
model,
Correct.
people
Yeah.
get paid.
and
There's
men are
girls that
paying
sell
them just to
farts
look
in
at
a
their
bottle.
feet. I want to sign up for that job. I will take
She was
pictures of my
farting in a
feet
bottle and
and
sending it
post
overseas, and it was
Yeah.
making $200 a bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
for
So
fun.
just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean now do I think it's a sustainable career? Absolutely not.
No.
But in their mind, it's a career. I think a lot of people don't know the difference between a career and a job. At that point, it's a job. A career is something that lasts a lot longer. And like the longer you are there, the better it is for you. Kim K gets what, $1 million every tweet. Some company decides to pay her for that. That's a job.
She
I don't
gets
agree
paid how
with it.
much?
Here's the thing.
$1 million per tweet.
Here's the thing is Kim K is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. She did not do a damn thing
She got
to get where
boned.
she's at. No, not even that. Not even before that. She did not do a damn thing to get where she's at.
Got boned.
Daddy's name got her where she's at.
Correct.
Not only daddy's name, stepdaddy's name, who's now stepmom or whatever, got her where she's at. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying? I'm just saying. Again, Bruce Jenner married her mother.
Correct.
Bruce Jenner was an American hero, an Olympic hero.
Mhm.
So he had status. So of course, cameras going to be following that family, right? Yes, she did whatever with whoever. That's fine. That kind of was almost like a rebellious thing that she did to get at whoever. But from there,
I thought it was a very smart business decision.
She was entitled
Her
to this
mom.
whole attention, and she used that entitlement and that attention and built it into something amazing. More credit to her, because she brought up her kids, she brought up her sisters. Everybody's up, brother, even the brother too, who's dealing with Black China right now in the news right now. He brought him up too. Everybody got brought up because of one woman who thought that she can make something out of nothing. That's it.
And she
that's
did
really-
though, and
She
she
did.
actually did.
Oh, I get it. She did. That's
Horrible
why I said.
Because she's
Yeah,
super
that is a
unable
bad
to-
example.
No, but
Because
It's a bad example, bro.
making talent. What I'm saying is, she did not have a talent.
Emotional damage.
It's
Where's
true. It's
that?
true. I'll give myself that. one.
Emotional damage.
It's
but unfortunately, there are some young ladies that believe that that's how you get on.
That's why I
Right.
said
Like
it
they
earlier.
don't
We
really
agree with
know
it
the
or
true
not.
work ethic.
Yeah, you know, like we
Use
were
it
taught
like
to work. They're taught to how do you get famous? Catch Me Outside.
How about that?
The girl made $50 million last year. Someone wants to be the next Catch Me Outside girl. There's
Mhm.
a 9-year-old that makes $4 million a year unboxing toys on YouTube.
Now hold on now. See,
Yeah.
that's totally different though. See? That is building a brand because there's kids who do that, and because of the reactions that they possess in opening these boxes, the toy companies love those reactions, so they will keep on feeding them these toys to get the reactions. That's how they get their views. That's how they get their money from the views from these kids.
Yeah, but it's their
But
quote
what's the
unquote
difference
job.
between
It's
toys
not a
and toys?
career.
Yeah.
You
Wait.
can't
Yeah.
be
That's what I was exactly going to
72-year-old.
say.
If
They're
they-
doing the same thing.
They're doing the
they
same
just
thing.
must
They're
have
just
their
different
parents.
products.
Their parents are like, I'm going to capitalize on my kid doing this.
Exactly.
There's those twins. They're on Instagram. They're beautiful girls. I don't know how old they are now, maybe like 6 or 7. And they've got these amazing eyes, like almost hypnotic.
Oh,
And
talking about, yeah.
they're making their money off of Instagram. And they don't really do anything
Yeah, that's
other than model.
yeah, but they're not models.
Are they models though?
It was
I don't know if they're models. I'll have to find what they are and send it to you guys.
I'm
But
sure they've been modeling. I feel
they're
Well,
they're
like
you
doing
get-
they're doing some modeling.
So
Yeah.
they are taking social media and monetizing it, and then that's called their job. But unfortunately, you think of a career as long lasting. That 9-year-old can't be a 21-year-old opening toys for the rest of his life. That's just not a sustainable.
no, but it'll
thing.
branch off to something different. I
here's,
feel.
but here's see this is when I have to kind of step in because you guys are talking about jobs and careers. There's a third part which is business. So they've now built their brand into a business, and they now evolve that 9-year-old unboxing whatever to whatever that. Some kids are making $3 million a freaking year. You're telling me they're not going to invest in something and make that money into something else, or even if they even had the parents invest for them, that's their business. Their name, their brand is them. Whether they have kids later on, they put them in the same way. That's their business, not a job, not a career. That's their business. This is what we're doing right now. This is a business, right?
Yeah, but that's the same thing as OnlyFans and everything else. It's what they.
Oh,
it's
again,
what they,
only
it's,
yes.
it's what
hold
they
on.
make money
OnlyFans.
off of.
No, OnlyFans I can give. I have new respect for people who do OnlyFans now
I don't.
because it's not only the crap that we were talking about before that they're doing. There's other people who are stand-up comics, who are artists, cooks,
Mhm.
all these other types of professions that are on OnlyFans that are making money. More power to you. It's the people that just want to jump around in a bathing suit and think that's a skill is what bothers me. That's what I'm saying. Like that's not a skill. As much as you're beautiful as hell, great. But tell me,
That's
what's
not
the
a skill. You're right.
what is the skill? You want to show off your feet? Great. You're modeling your feet, great. But don't tell me
Yeah,
jumping up
but-
and down, or you're in one outfit and then you drop down, you're in a new outfit, and that's a skill. That's not a skill.
The problem is what you consider a skill and what someone else considers a skill is probably different.
Well, you tell me, what do you consider as a skill?
Well, I'm an old school person. So
Doesn't matter.
No, it does matter because it's people that are getting paid by Bitcoin. That's not my
That's a business. That's not a skill.
but that's not
a
my
skill.
that's not my genre. I don't
That's
think
fine.
opening a box is a skill.
That's not a
I
skill.
don't think
It's a business.
showing your feet is a skill, but people are monetizing this stuff.
Yeah, they're creating
It's
a
their job.
So I wonder if there's a new word out there that we don't even know about that.
It's building a brand. It's called.
Is it building the brand? Is it?
Again, I can get my
I feel
daughter
like
open toy
We need to
after
Google
toy
like
after toy, and it'd be called, Toys with Talent. That's the brand. Unleashed. That's a brand. Like we don't have to do anything, but that's our brand. That's what we have to. We have to now follow up with something sustainable that people want to go to that brand and want to see and hear and do whatever with us. That's what the brand is. So
yeah, it's
yeah,
built.
it
I
might
would
not be
say
a
it's probably
skill,
building
but
a
it's still
brand.
building a brand. So that brand turns into a business. That person who was opening toys from ages 6 to 13 has now made enough money and their brand and they're well known that they can go anywhere in the world and be a superstar.
To their fans.
To their
Yep.
fans that follow them.
I couldn't if the 9-year-old walked in here right now, I couldn't tell you like who he was or what he looked like.
Well, yes, okay, yeah, but at the same time, if that 9-year-old has a toy out in their likeness and say your 5-year-old niece sees it again, you're going to have to, and they wanted it, you're going to have to buy in. You're going to have to find out who that person is to buy that toy, because that's
So what's
their
the
brand.
difference between them and say Scooby Doo? That was like our era.
Same thing. Scooby Doo is just a brand.
Yes,
Doesn't do
yeah,
anything.
it is a brand.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Everybody's building their own brand now. What I'm saying is you don't
Yeah,
have
but
to
it
have
was
talent
built
to be a brand.
differently. It was built differently because like
Right.
Scooby Doo was like we watched it and we were entertained by this cartoon on Saturday
Now
morning.
kids are entertained by another kid opening boxes.
Right. But
Sure,
it's just
exactly.
yeah, so it's different.
Like,
But
yeah,
it's-
it's the same thing as what's the other thing? What is Roadblocks? Something like that? Because that's
Roblox.
in
Yeah.
the Kim
I know it.
Kardashian.
That's
got
the
really
new
pissed off
new
about.
Minecraft, right? That's what
I don't even know what Minecraft is.
That's just what I'm telling you. That's what
Some
has
game
been
that kids
called-
play. That I know, along with
It's-
Fortnite.
Yep.
Hey,
So Kim
right?
Kardashian got mad because her son saw a video of her on there, and it was like Kim Kardashian's next sex tape, and that was on Roblox.
Adults do that shit. Yeah.
And she was all upset, blah blah blah. I don't really care, to be honest with you, but it's
But I get it. But again,
you did
these are-
those
these are-
tapes.
these are-
Now your kids may find it. Like
you need,
that's
you
life.
talk about them sex tape things too. I think we were talking about that
That's
last
a whole other subject. You
That's
guys
a
are
whole
getting
nother
a whole-
topic,
we
yeah.
are so far. Let me bring it back.
Bring it
Bring it
back.
Yes.
Okay, Sarma is going to be serving, or she did, or whatever.
She did already.
Whatever time limit. 4
Yep.
months.
She's out.
4 months. Do you think that 4 months for like over $2 million, taking $2 million is that like a fair
Punishment.
punishment?
Here's the thing.
Mm.
Like, should
she's
she
really
be
just-
criminally liable?
she's just being punished for being stupid, right? The money the money amount doesn't really matter, really, because what I'm saying is like whether it's 100,000 or 2 million, you screwed people's families, right?
Yeah.
No matter what they can.
Criminally, doesn't that matter though? How much money you embezzle, like technically, if it's under 5,000 or whatever. So she did
Yeah.
$2 million. So she got this, she does $2 million worth, and she does 4 months.
Well, there's probably some conditions that were there as well in terms of trying to bring this guy down and actually apologize. Like there's a whole bunch of things that are wrapped into this whole sentence that we don't know details about. Again, who knows about the whole movie that she did? Was it part of her conditions to get it done, or was it just a money thing for herself? Right? We don't know all the fine print in terms of the condition. So 4 months, no, it's not enough in my book. I think she should be there for another 4 years. But again, she might have learned her lesson in 4 months. I don't know. Some people get out with time.
So here's the major problem with your question, Kevin. She served a different amount of time than he did.
Mhm.
He got way more time than she did,
Yeah.
which isn't right in my.
What were their charges? Do we know like their individual charges? I feel like that's something I did not write down. Was, what they were charged with.
I think hers was embezzling, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
was embezzlement.
And I think he had more counts of embezzling because he embezzled their parents as well. So I think he has
And identity theft and stuff wasn't his too. Like, didn't he have some like
So-
identity?
Well,
things and, like,
yeah, because he went. Well, I think his thing was he was already on parole
yeah, from the beginning.
from the stuff that was going on in Florida.
Yeah.
Let me give you the rundown here. So she was accused of grand larceny after stealing $840,000 from her investors, failing to pay $400,000 in taxes, and shortchanging her employees by $40,000 in wages. So she got 10 months.
And
Yeah, she
served
was on the
4.
run for 10 months. Sorry, her and
Oh,
her
yeah.
her and her boo, and she only served the 4 for those charges. So that's it. So it wasn't even.
That's
She
wild.
she only got charged for the grand larceny.
Hmm.
Everything else is kind of like a civil thing. Like she is probably dealing with the civil suit about the whole matter still, because that's a lot of shit. That's
Well,
that's
because she's going to get a check from Netflix for this whole thing,
what
and
I'm
people
saying.
are going to want to attach that.
100%.
Does she
So-
deserve to get the money from Netflix?
Yeah, that's
Well, that's
shouldn't
the
even
thing.
be paid. Shouldn't it
No.
be paid straight
Netflix-
to the people?
So why isn't Netflix getting dragged down for glorifying this woman?
Like,
That's
who's
part of
making
the
the
job.
money off of this film? You know what I mean? Like, is she getting paid out? Does she
She's
deserve to be paid out?
So
will
can you actually look up whatever he was charged with?
Yeah. What's his name again?
I can't
Shane
think of it.
Brown, wasn't it?
Shane
Brown
Fox.
or Shane
Shane-
Fox?
Shane Fox. Let's find out his charges here. He pled guilty to grand theft, cheating, conspiracy, and criminal tax fraud for embezzling over $1 million from investors for Pure Food and wine staff. Fox was sentenced to probation for 5 years and spent over a year in jail.
Yeah.
Why does he get a different sentence than she does?
More money? The fact that he was cheating, conspiracy, like the act, he set the ball rolling for this whole process to happen. That's what I believe they're giving him more time for.
He did certain
So
things behind her
you
back
were the
without her
one-
knowing, though.
You were the one that thought eventually at first that she was trying to scam him, but yet he's the one that took the charge.
Look, they gave him the charge. He could have fought it, but he accepted it because he knew they gave her less. So she's not gonna say no. You know what? I really don't think.
Hell no.
He
No.
had previous stuff though. He's he was
Yeah.
charged with impersonating a police officer.
Yeah,
Right.
because she
Oh,
was
he
in
has- he has a
Rikers.
criminal record.
Yeah, she was in Rikers, and there's no way she wanted to stay in there.
Yeah.
Promise
Yeah,
you.
I'm surprised. Rikers, yeah, they sent it to Rikers real quick. He was
It's
there.
New York. It's New York.
No, I understand that, but I thought they would divide certain criminals in different prisons for what they've done. Rikers, they throw everybody in there,
Yeah.
even if you had a jaywalking ticket. Like that's horrible.
That doesn't make no damn sense.
It doesn't.
There's a difference between jail and prison, obviously, like you know.
I understand
Right.
that. I know.
But her charges and the fact that she was a local celebrity, they had to prove a point.
See, that's the bad thing, because now that person could get hurt in that prison based on who they're dealing with in there. Because again, there's not anybody nice in Rikers.
Right. And if you remember, there was the woman that said, I'm the one that took her under my wing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So she had someone looking out for her
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason.
She was paying her too.
I'm sorry.
She was probably paying her too for protection.
Yeah, she was looking a lot.
That's what you think, that she was being paid to do that?
Bruh.
Only jewels. Anyways, you realize
You
that?
think Sharma is built for Rikers?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would they put her in Rikers if she was only doing, we'll call it
Prisoners.
would you call it a white collar crime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Why would you put a
white-collar
white collar crime in there with a bunch of killers in there? Again,
Because one is New York. Now, how many prisoners do you know that do something for nothing
I can give you a whole list of names. Trust me.
in Rikers?
Something for nothing?
No one's going to protect this girl for nothing.
Oh, yeah, you're right, and that goes for any prison. If you want protection, you're going to be doing something for it.
Exactly.
guarantee.
Yeah.
So
What I'm
when
saying is
you
that-
gave me the bruh,
But but the thing is, again, she could have said, you know what, I got some money out back. I can wire you some money when I get out. You never know. I'm just saying, I'm not going to assume that first.
bitch, you
Then
here for defrauding your employees. You think I'm gonna accept a wire from you?
Right.
Hey, people in Rikers ain't straight right, so don't worry. I get it. But again, I don't think she was supposed to be. I don't think she should have been in there. That's what I'm saying. in terms of Rikers. Like, I mean, there's a lot of names. I mean, Anna, she was in Rikers,
Yeah, absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Again, this
Yeah.
is just white collar crimes, right? I only know really about Rikers from either hip hop music or
Mhm.
the Khalif Brower incident, right? These are people
Right.
who know about, or I wouldn't say no, who were put into prisons there that really shouldn't be there. I'm just trying to figure out why does, again, I guess this, you said it's a New York thing, but why would you put
It's
someone in there
you're
that,
either going to
hey,
be in
might not
county,
survive?
you're either going to be in county or you're going to be in Rikers. Depending on your crime, that's where you're going.
That's sad because, again, some people go in, they don't come out just because they look a
Okay.
different way. And you're right, she probably had to buy protection because of who she was and how she looked. Pretty face
So,
going into
solve the
Rikers.
problem. Don't commit a crime in New York.
That's
Don't
really good advice, Jules. Don't commit a crime
Right.
in New York.
Yeah.
I put
As
that off.
Plaxico Burress, who shot himself.
Yeah.
And had to go to Rikers.
Okay. So you're
They
saying
don't care whether
anybody
you're a
who
celebrity or
does,
not. They really don't care.
anybody who does a crime that is what, I don't even know the time frame out there when it comes to Rikers, but anything as a serious crime will be going to Rikers in the New York State.
So for that, I'm not positive, but part of her issue was also it took a while for them to actually bail her out. And no one bailed him out. That's why he was in there for so long.
What would you be? Why are you surprised that no one bailed him out? This man
No.
scammed everybody.
No, I'm not
Everybody?
surprised.
You
I'm
would
not
think he had
surprised.
money to bail himself out, but nope.
No, but that was the reason. And if you heard the interview, he was like, why couldn't you bail me out? He asked her, why couldn't you bail me out?
Sorry. I didn't like I didn't like the ending of the whole thing either. How they were joking around on the phone. This man just put you in jail.
That goes back to what Kelly said.
That
the
was
whole
weird.
Stockholm syndrome
Yeah.
thing. Like now all of a sudden we're friends.
And you're laughing with the guy who has you in Rikers. Like,
Yeah.
you're literally telling him, "Oh, I hate that you could still make me laugh.
Yeah.
You should just put me in jail, bro." And like took
Yeah.
all my money from me. You ruined my life. Like, there's a whole
Yeah.
Netflix series about how stupid I am, and you're laughing with
And
the guy
you
who
robbed my
makes me
mom.
laugh?
And you
Bro.
robbed my mom. And you
That's horrible.
still make me laugh. Get the fuck out of here.
Cuckoo.
Yeah,
Go get help.
definitely cuckoo.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
totally forgot about that. I'm good thing you said about that. Okay. Yeah. That kind of blew my mind is that they were all buddy at the end.
That just turned me off. Like, I'm like, okay, so crime is just funny all of a sudden. You screwed all these people's lives, and you have the audacity to have jokes at the end of this documentary. Nah, man, get out of here. I won't even.
Yeah.
What's done is done. Again, I'm never going to be talking about the bad vegan again, but I do believe that she deserved what she got. He deserved what he got. And I do believe that the people who are working there should be compensated from the state of New York because of what happened, because it wasn't their choice. They went to a job. They didn't pay them. Something should be done because, again, they would fail on taxes and so forth. So they should have an understanding or some type of forgiveness, tax forgiveness or whatnot, to help them with their situation. But anyways,
I agree.
wow, that was a pretty decent conversation. We went off track a little bit, but that's all right. I blame Jules for that. But anyways, I love my buzzers, man. I love all my
Where am I pointing?
my toys.
Yeah.
All my toys. But again, this is it. This is going to be the norm. We might have some guests from time to time to pop in, but this is what we're going to be doing with the Unleashed podcast. If you guys, anyone who's watching, has a topic that they want to get out and want us to talk about, feel free to shout out
Johnny
on,
Depp.
Yeah,
Ooh, I need to
we
do
need to
my-
talk about that. We
You
need to
wanna talk
circle
about
back on
Johnny
the
Depp's
Will Smith
situation?
thing that you were starting
gonna-
to touch.
now the Will Smith Johnny Depp is almost like a crossover. They can be one and the same. So if you want to talk about that, I really wanted. They didn't want to talk about Will anymore because I found out he might be having.
I'm good with Will. That's done. That's like last year.
Oh.
We
Yeah.
on to Johnny. Let's
on to
go on to Johnny.
All right.
You're not hearing? He might have a divorce. You're not
Everyone
hearing?
gets a
Will?
divorce nowadays. You know what? That'd be great. I'm happy for him if he gets a divorce.
All
Good
right,
for
so
you,
we will talk
Will.
about Johnny Depp. Is that what you want to do?
I don't know. I'm
some
just saying.
my homework.
Let's
Okay.
hear what the viewers want to hear about.
All right. We'll put it out there. If people want to talk about, I did get a message from someone saying, "Hey, let's talk about the Johnny Depp situation." I'm like, okay, we can definitely hit up the Johnny Depp situation, and if that's the case, we'll start doing our research and we'll come out swinging. We might even have a guest or two. We'll
I
see.
think the boys got to catch up on the research because the girls were already there.
Yeah.
We're ready. Go.
Wait, my only question is, who do you think is the victim in that lovely situation?
Well, I guess you're just gonna
No,
have to find
can't
out when
say
you
it.
get
Yeah,
on to the
I
next
was
one.
gonna answer, and then I'm like,
Okay,
Perfect, Cal.
you got me.
Hey,
I
love
try to
it.
get some out of you real quick. I thought I could
That
get
was
something
a-
out there.
That was
All
the
right,
third one.
all right.
I love it.
Cool. All right. Well, I know Michelle has to hit the bed because she has a trip, and Jules is old because he has to go to sleep because he'll turn into a pumpkin soon. Other than that, you all have a great evening. Thank you for watching the show, and we'll do it again soon. Right? Peace out.
Yay! Bye, guys.
All that stuff. We out.
bye.